back to Lauren T, the Chill Club for all things geeky. We're going to talk about a couple of FNAF books and Ultimate Custom Night today in our quest to go through every single lore relevant piece of FNAF media to talk about its confusing narrative and story. For us, this is kind of our first time really going through, so we're kind of simulating taking the FNAF adventure all over again from the beginning. We've made it all the way up to Ultimate Custom Night in the game's timeline, but before we get into all that, I need to ask the question I always do. What kind of tea do you have, Legendet?
Today I got Sweet Dreams with honey in it. It's really good.
Same. I didn't think to put honey in mine. I like Sweet Dreams a lot though, but yeah. Anyways, so we have two books in the interest of doing things in relatively similar order to how they released in real life. We're going to look at the rest of the Silver Eyes trilogy. A few weeks ago, we looked at the first book. Now we will do the next two, the Twisted Ones and the Fourth Closet. Obviously, we're just going to read the summary. I personally am trying to read every FNAF book on my own time. Legendet doesn't have time to do that, so we're just reading summaries on camera, getting the gist of the overall story, so we can at least have an idea of how people might use them to connect to the lore, perhaps fill in gaps, right? All that stuff. But yeah, Legendet, do you? It's been a minute for you. If you watch the channel, she couldn't be here last week, so I did a solo thing, and then the week before that, we were reviewing the second FNAF movie. So it's been a while since we've gone on this series specifically. Do you remember what we were on about last time, Legendet?
Well, last time had the big lore of the partner, right? Where
Yeah,
people died.
Henry stepped out of the shadows and trapped everyone in his labyrinth, right? And did the big old fire that seemed like it was going to end the series there, right? Had that awesome speech, remember?
That was a good speech.
Yeah, epic speech. Yeah, so that was a great game. Now this is Ultimate Custom Night. We're gonna get to soon. It was originally supposed to be I believe DLC for the game, and then just sort of ended up being its own game. But yeah, so we'll get into the books first, and we've covered a lot of lore at this point, but so I don't really want to do a whole summary of Legended's version of the timeline so far. So go watch other episodes if you haven't caught up yet, but otherwise we're just going to kind of delve into progressing forward here. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's The Twisted Ones, the second book in the Silver Eyes trilogy. The summary. It's been a year since the horrific events at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and Charlie is just trying to move on. Even with the excitement of a new school and a fresh start, she's still haunted by nightmares of a masked murderer and 4 gruesome animatronic puppets. Charlie thinks her ordeal is over, but when a series of bodies are discovered near her school bearing wounds that are disturbingly familiar, she finds herself drawn back into the world of her father's frightening creations. And remember, in this timeline, Charlie's father was revealed to be Henry, and is in fact where we first got his name from, and Williams too. Something twisted is hunting Charlie, and this time if it finds her, it is not letting her go. That's so that's what you would find in the back, right? A little synopsis. And now we get into the plot. It is kind of long, so it'll be just me reading. If there seems to be an intuitive spot to stop at a paragraph and discuss something, obviously I will and ask you about it. But
Right.
yeah, we're gonna try to plug through here, and I'll just take the narrating. It's been a year since the events of Five Nights at Freddy's The Silver Eyes. The main character of the first book, Charlie, is attending St. Louis University, or St. Louis University, living on campus with Jessica. John also lives nearby doing some business, these are her friends, I believe, as a construction worker after a huge storm destroying some parts of the town of Hurricane, and Charlie starts dating him. While in a robotics lecture, also, can we not capitalize? While in a robotics lecture in Dr. Treadwell's lecture hall, her friend, Artie... Wait, what? This is written terribly. No capital, period where there should be commas, then capitalization, or technically it shouldn't be. Anyway, we're going to trust this and keep moving forward. Her friend Artie interrupts Charlie as she was daydreaming about her brother Sammy being abducted by Spring Bonnie. That's right, so Henry also had a son, as it was said in the first book, Sammy, who was abducted by William, presumably murdered. To ask for assistance with his course material in their class. As he's struggling to understand the concepts, Charlie agrees to tutor him, and both Charlie and Artie leave to go study in the library after the class bell rang. When Artie and Charlie end up arriving at the library and start to review their notes, Charlie notices that she's subconsciously been drawing shaded rectangular vertical doors as she's reviewing her notes of robotics to Artie, And as she kept flipping each page, there were even more vertical rectangles shaded onto the paper to the point where you couldn't even recognize if they were even notes anymore. Charlie, feeling embarrassed, decided to flee to her dorm while creating a witty excuse for Artie. One day, Clay Burke comes to see Charlie and brings her to see a corpse. Dang. Hi, Charlie.
Dang.
Come look at this corpse with familiar wounds. Happens all the time, I guess. She confirms the wounds are those of a spring lock failure. Oh, that's why. Because she would be the one to know, because she's connected to the franchise that is known for spring lock failures. He also tells her a blood sample from William showed it was fake blood. Wait, what? And his body was never found. She later... So she later finds another body that looks a lot like her, and Clay lets her visit the victim's house. She finds 3 grave-sized holes in the backyard. She tries to keep this a secret, but eventually it slips to John and Jessica. Okay, so we have a cadaver that kind of looks like her, and then the victim's house has 3 grave-sized holes in the backyard. That's something.
Okay.
And so apparently blood that was supposed to be from William was fake blood, which I guess indicates that William faked a death or something? Faked his death?
I guess so.
Charlie and Jessica go to Freddy's again, which has been half obliterated by a hurricane in Hurricane. In a secret storage room, they find William in the spring Bonnie suit completely lifeless. They pull him out to examine him and then leave. Okay, so they just found him in there. Kind of like... That would be the equivalent of him getting spring locked in the safe room, being stuck there, and then removed in the game's timeline. Charlie begins to have nightmares about Sammy, and his spirit draws her to her old house to look for some sort of door. She and John go there, and they find a secret room that was exposed by the storm. In it are 3 holes. In a mound of dirt from one of the holes, they find Twisted Foxy, who tries to kill them. They beat him, and he changes appearance to a more normal Foxy. Charlie takes a piece out of him, then when turned on, makes him look scarier. Dude, the grammar of this, I don't want to... It was written by someone young or someone whose English isn't their first language. I don't want to harp on it too much, but this grammar is something. If I sound like I'm having a seizure while reading, it's just because I'm not processing the sentence structure well enough. She realizes that thank you. That's the thing about these wiki sites, right? Is it's just like a lot of fans just come and do it, so there's not a whole lot of quality control beyond just what the moderators can notice or do. But she realizes that the device disorients you via audio frequencies high enough to force hallucinations on the brain. This is the audio illusion discs, or whatever they call them. I've heard that around the theorist space a lot. Yeah, so through auditory, like unique auditory stimulation, they literally make you hallucinate. So we don't really have pictures here, but the animatronics look significantly like they call the twisted ones, they look all weird and messed up. Far different from their normal models, obviously, but it's just a hallucination being forcefully induced into the brain. They don't actually look like that. It's the illusion discs. Anyway, it makes you fill in the blanks with what you think you should be seeing. Charlie and John think Foxy is a monster and see him as such, but kids would see a cartoony mascot. Oh, I didn't know that. Another piece from inside him is inscribed with Afton Robotics LLC. Okay, that's interesting. So it feeds to your perception of the concept that it's in, I guess. That's
kind of cool.
So, man, I don't like that's some like obviously it's sci-fi, so there's not a real explanation, I guess, beyond just, they figured out how to do it with audio frequencies. But that's interesting. Like the audio draws out your understanding of something. So because oh, I should be looking at Foxy, your brain thinks Foxy and all the things that like you attach to it, and the audio frequency just makes you visualize, I guess, what you're thinking. So if they view these animatronics as monstrous beings, that's how they're going to see them. That's interesting. Charlie, John, and Jessica plot the homes of the victims and the spots they died on a map. They connect in a straight line that leads right to Charlie's dorm. They, along with Clay, go to the spot that the animatronic should attack next. At the spot, they find 3 more holes, but they're filled with dirt. Charlie digs one up a bit and uncovers the head of a twisted Freddy. She realizes the animatronics are burying themselves during the day so they don't get seen. Okay, so that's what the 3 grave things were about, I guess. They just put themselves on the ground and chill during the day. Alright. Legendet.
What?
This could probably be used for some Midnight Motorist mound theories, right? Remember that mound of dirt in the
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't think there's any way that's it, but like Actually, I feel like I've heard someone say that before. I can't really remember the context, but I swear, was it John FNAF? I think it was who said that one time. Um, Clay evacuates the area, but misses one house, and the person living there gets almost killed by Twisted Wolf. Also, what is Twisted Wolf? I don't like
Oh.
Wolf isn't a game character, right? I saw a link to it up here. I'm gonna click to it and yeah, that's not a game character. That's interesting.
Alrighty.
The
That
wolf known as
works.
Twisted Wolf is a secondary antagonist. Da, da, da. One of 4 Twisted animatronics created by William Afton. Weird. All right, well, there's Twisted Wolf for you. Yada yada yada. After Charlie's classes the next day, it's so interesting to think about characters living kind of their normal life. Like they go through all that and they're like, "Oh, I still got to go to class today." And
I know. I'd be like freaking
like,
out.
if that crap was happening to me, I would either one of two things: run for my life and flee town, live somewhere completely different. 2, devote all my time into the investigation. Just say screw my civilian life. Like I'm going full vigilante on this. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm either out of there or I'm in there. You know, it's gonna be one of the two.
I'd be out. I would run.
Yeah, I mean, being out is probably most reasonable. Although Charlie is one of the only ones that has true connections to this crap, so like, you know.
Fair enough.
After Charlie's classes the next day, she's approached by John, who informs her that Clay has called him and has informed him of the following: the woman from last night is going to be okay, and that he has gone to the next place the animatronics should show up next, which winds up being mostly empty space with one vacant plot for future development. Vacant plot, you say? Like the one in Midnight Motorist?
Ah. It's all connected.
Just connect everything to Midnight Motorist. A house, you say? Just like there was a house in Midnight Motorist.
Oh my
A
god.
car?
A car? A road?
A road? Rain? Holy.
It's getting freaky now.
Dude, everything connects back to Midnight. All right. Charlie knows the robots are coming for her, so the next night she sneaks to the place they should show up next. She thinks they might have something to do with Sammy. Twisted Freddy finds her and captures her, and she ends up in a storage tank. I love in summaries how things just kind of happen. Like, like this would be a multi-page like struggle, and it's just like, oh, she sneaks into the place, the robots are coming for her, and then Twisted Freddy captures her in a storage tank. There you go. So that's like Funtime Freddy then, right? How it holds you then? Remember the blueprints from Sister Location?
Say that again?
I said that's like how Funtime Freddy works. Like remember in Sister Location, the blueprint showed his belly had like a storage tank for holding people. So Twisted Freddy here is kind of having that action. At daytime, he buries himself. Reasonable. And Charlie ends up in an abandoned, destroyed restaurant. It looks similar to Freddy's, even having a poster of Freddy and Bonnie. She finds Balloon Boy and thinks he's cute, but then she starts hallucinating a bunch of BB-like children tracing and her and screaming. She hides in a storage closet filled with new animatronics like a brown rabbit and an ape, along with severed human body parts.
That's nice.
Wow. John, Jessica, and Clay find her here. They accidentally let the Balloon Boys in. Clay shoots out one of the lights, and the BB-like hallucinations calm down. He shoots out a few others, and the illusion breaks, leaving just a bunch of BB animatronics. William Afton reveals himself, having watched them the whole time, naming himself Springtrap. He outright says he controls the Twisted Ones and can see what they see. Alright, so he's like puppeteering them, I guess. Do they see what they see through his own eyes, or like through robotic surveillance?
I mean, probably through robotics, but I don't know.
Yeah. Once Charlie and Jessica set him free, he had to then bring Charlie here. Charlie asks why he took Sammy, to which he replies, "I didn't take him, I took you." Huh?
Huh?
Okay. He also says he needs... Oh, wait, I know where this is going. I've heard this before, but... He also says he needs something from her. The abandoned diner starts to collapse and Springtrap seemingly escapes, as he isn't mentioned after this. Sometime before the Springtrap encounter, the Wizards arrive at the abandoned diner and utterly destroy Twisted Bonnie and Twisted Wolf. As quickly as they came, they left. Legendet. That kind of feels like the FNAF 2 movie. Except in here, the Wizards came to destroy the Twisted Ones. But in the one, in the movie, the classics came to destroy the toys. That feels like doesn't that feel like a narrative parallel there? Like,
that does. That is. That's funny.
As quickly as they came, they left. Twisted Freddy does not get destroyed, so he's still out there. Twisted Freddy comes back and the gang runs from him. They go back out. When they said the gang, I just pictured Scooby-Doo and Mystery Incorporated running from the animatronics.
They just run from Twisted Freddy.
They get really lost on their way to Paris again and wound up in Hurricane, Utah. They go back out into the lights and everything goes insane. Everything looks like a cave with spirits flying all over the place. Once the illusion breaks, she finds a secret door, believing it's what Sammy wanted her to find. However, John knows Let's appreciate this. However, John knows that the whole place is about to collapse, and she'll die if she opens the door. She steps away from it, and Twisted Freddy catches her. Twisted Freddy's head is torn off, but Charlie is captured inside and suffers a spring lock failure in the Twisted One. Holy. Police officers force John and Jessica to leave. The last thing John sees is Aunt Jen holding... Aunt Jen? That's, she's in the movie, right? She's the one that was, like, babysitting Abby when Golden Freddy showed up.
Oh, probably.
Holding Charlie's lifeless arm. Okay, so Charlie just got KO'd eternally.
Dang.
After going in the...
That's for all that. Poor Charlie.
Spring lock failure. Yeah, poor Charlie. Protagonist of the book. Remember, though, William Afton just said, I didn't take Sammy, I took you. So something's amiss with our understanding of this timeline. Because we always thought, like, how's that possible? Her brother disappeared, right? You know.
Didn't she see a body that looked like herself? Does that have anything to do with anything?
Yeah, she did. Oh, Legendet, you're cooking. She did see a body that looks like herself. What could that mean? I actually know where this is going because I've heard summaries of this before, but thoughts for you. Thoughts for you. Like, John and Jessica meet. Oh, yep.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Wow, profound Legendet. John and Jessica meet Marla and Artie, a character introduced earlier. Thank you. We remember. In a diner to tell them Charlie died. By the way, Charlie died. But then Charlie... Oh, twist. But then Charlie drives up to the diner looking very strange. John and Artie share a grim look and John says, that's not Charlie.
No.
And that's the end of that book. Thoughts, Legendet? Thoughts?
Actually, kind of seems like a cool book.
Right? They seem kind of like it's kind of cooked in the sense that like the auditory illusion discs they have sparked a lot of debates on people thinking like certain things in the games are the auditory, like, you know, hallucination discs, illusion discs they call them. And it's like it gets really, there's so many avenues in FNAF for deceiving your senses, so there's so many ways people try to argue that things that you're seeing aren't actually like real and stuff, or like, so that added just some murkiness, but you know. Anyway, next book, last one in this first trilogy of FNAF books, the original 3. Summary: what really happened to Charlie is the question that John can't seem to shake, along with the nightmares of Charlie's seeming death and miraculous reappearance. John just wants to forget the whole miraculous. We'll have to do a video on that sometime because you're like a mega fan of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, by the way, guys, we're doing a lot of FNAF content, and we probably will for like, you know, a while. But like, we don't have to be only FNAF too. So if you ever want to see us cover something else, like, let us know. FNAF is so fun to talk about in the context of the lore, so we'll probably keep doing that probably for like as long as we're doing the channel every now and then. But yeah, we're down to do other topics as well. John just wants to forget the whole terrifying saga of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, but the past isn't so easily buried. Meanwhile, there's a new animatronic pizzeria. That's what Hurricane needs. Opening
That's a good idea.
Along with yeah, right. There's someone, surely some policeman somewhere has actually done a graph of like kid abductions or kids going missing in correlation to the pizza restaurants opening. Like, surely there's been, the police in this series are, yeah, I don't feel like they're the best bet.
They're elsewhere.
They're elsewhere. Along with a new rash of kidnappings that feel all too familiar, bound together by their childhood loss, John reluctantly teams up with Jessica, Marla, and Carlton to solve the case and find the missing children. Along the way, they'll unravel the twisted mystery of what really happened to Charlie and the haunting legacy of her father's creations. Alright, plot. I like how it's... Look, you can tell this is someone that just sat down to write it. It starts with so.
So.
You can just tell they sat down and just felt like they were talking to someone. So. I'm so used to like guys, I'm a college student, so I'm so used to having like everything having to be in like this academic tone and crap. So like seeing sometimes casual writing catches me off guard when it comes to like stuff like this. So at the beginning of the book, John has a nightmare of Charlie's death again. He wakes up and sees Charlie's toy bunny, Theodore. At this point in time, Charlie is back alive and hanging out with her friends as usual, but John knows that it isn't Charlie. That would be creepy, Legendet. Imagine your dead friend coming back and you just, something in you knows that it's not really them.
That would be so creepy. I would hate that.
For being late to his job, he gets fired.
Too
It'd
bad.
be funny if that was his first time being late and he's just instant booted.
You're fired.
Oh, you're fired. He then went to a party with his friends and he asked Charlie some questions. Some answered right, some answered with I don't remember. Officer Clay and John play. How about I answer, hey, remember when you got spring locked?
Yeah, you
Why
died?
don't you have grisly wounds? Officer Clay and John plan to meet up to discuss Charlie's behavior since Charlie also refused her old doll Ella from the house wreckage. Theodore actually says something. Shining Reef Silver Star. He drives to Clay's house to tell him of the message. He passed by a new restaurant, Circus Baby's Pizza. Okay. Near Clay's house, he saw a weird clown girl animatronic pass by. As soon as he got there, Clay was half dead. On the floor was the Ella doll and some sort of brain-scrambling device. He puts it on, and Ella now looks like a toddler human girl. He takes Ella with him to the hospital. John tells Jessica the message, and she says it's a location. The doctor says Clay will be okay and survive, and Charlie seems disappointed by what the doctor said. John and Jessica drive to a town called Shining Reef and see a house, a hose with a shining star in it. I think that's meant to be house, even though I misspoke, because it says inside his Aunt Jen, so I don't think she's inside a hose. I'm asking if they know about Charlie.
Shadows.
Inside a hose with a shining star in it.
What's
Aunt Jen
Jen?
is chilling.
As one does.
We really need to touch this up. Asking if they know about Charlie. Charlie arrives asking Aunt Jen to come into the next room with her alone. John and Jessica go upstairs and see a chest. I got a yawn. Excuse me. Why is the page unresponsive? Holy. Upstairs, see a chest. Inside this chest was another Charlie,
Oh my gosh.
looking more like the original Charlie, but unconscious. Hold on, I gotta reload this because it's unresponsive. Alright. What is going on? Okay.
Alright.
Yada yada. Aunt Jen screams and is seen dead with Charlie holding a knife. John and Jessica drive away of the other Charlie. Alright, so there's a Charlie inside the chest. They have a Charlie with them. So now there's multiple Charlies. So what do you think is going on here, Legendet?
I don't know.
What do you think? Take a stab. So I know the answer, but it feels like you could easily guess it knowing this franchise now. Why are there so many Charlies?
Because they wanted more Charlies. I don't know.
All right, you're gonna say oh when the reveal comes. At John's apartment, they hide the other Charlie. Charlie arrives trying to find the other Charlie. Charlie leaves empty-handed, and John and Jessica call Marla and Carlton about everything. They start making a plan. Jessica remembers how Charlie had a device that when worn, the animatronics would see you, and maybe tampering with it could do the exact opposite. The other Charlie starts talking and turns into her true form, Circus Baby. Oh my gosh. Okay, she picks up John,
Alright.
attempting to kiss him. Her faceplate's open to reveal saw blades. He puts on the tampered device and becomes invisible to Circus Baby. Okay, so Circus Baby was that an illusion disc, or what? Did she physically look like Charlie?
I don't know.
She drops him and walks away. Jessica follows Baby until captured by her and brought to Circus Baby's Pizza. She forces Jessica to perform surgery on a dying William Afton, who has escaped the spring Bonnie suit. Jessica completes the surgery. The unconscious Charlie wakes up and is told everything. She is the real Charlie. She decides to go to Aunt Jen's house. Same for Circus Baby. Afton then throws Jessica in a room with 4 more missing children. A mangled up mess of Funtime Foxy takes a child. Carlton and Maria meet up at Circus Baby's Pizza. They enter to be trapped in a mirror maze with Funtime Freddy. They find Jessica. They attempt to bring the missing children with them. Jessica is then chased by mangled Funtime Freddy. Foxy through a tube maze. Jessica escapes, but Funtime Foxy falls in a ball pit. Marla and Jessica leave with the 3 children. Carlton manages to make Funtime Freddy crash into a merry-go-round and mangle him up. Carlton hears a familiar voice, the voice of Michael. He's trapped inside a mixture of melted endoskeletons of FNAF 1 animatronics. William Afton then injects... Wait, what? Carlton hears a familiar... So, Michael was one of their friends, I guess, right? And he is trapped inside a mixture of melted endoskeletons of FNAF 1 animatronics.
Right.
I really need to read these books for myself, because sometimes these summaries say things, I'm like, is that actually... Like, does that come off exactly as what they were trying to say? Yeah, I really need to read this, but... William Afton then injects Carlton with a strange liquid that made him pass out. He wakes up with Ghost Michael next to him trying to find pieces of his coloring sheet. He needs to put the pieces back together. He sees 3 children named Fritz, Susie, and Cassidy. Susie, remember the name Cassidy, Legendet. This is one of the first times we get the name Cassidy. And this will go on to become like a name that's going to be very relevant to keep in your mind going forward.
Okay.
Susie remembers how Spring Bonnie helped her find her dog. Oh, that's dark. The coloring page is put together, and Carlton wakes up to see William Afton attacked by mangled Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. William Afton dies, and Carlton is brought outside and lives. Wow. These books, like, things just are starting to happen like crazy. Like, what is even... Like, plot twist, plot twist, plot twist, action, everyone's dead.
I know.
At Aunt Jen's house, Charlie and Circus Baby come face to face. Baby says how Charlie was always the favorite child and how Father always liked Charlie more than her. More confusing is how Baby says that she used to be a little girl, yet Charlie never had the actual soul of original Charlie. Baby explains how each closet holds a different stage of Charlie's life. Ella was toddler Charlie, second closet her as a kid, third closet her current self as a teenager. Baby explains that she herself is one from the 4th closet. Baby tells... Hey, that's the name of the book, so huh?
Yeah.
Baby tells Charlie about how Henry said Baby was a mistake. Elizabeth, or Baby, holds the memories of Baby, herself, and Charlie. Charlie remembers of Henry's taking of his own life in Aunt Jen's closet. What? Henry's... What? Animatronic in Aunt Jen's closet? Is that what I was meant to say? I don't know. But anyway, Henry did take his own life, and it's established in the 1st book. So, Charlie activates it and stabs both Baby and Charlie. John breaks in yelling at Charlie to come back, but Charlie dies, attempting to say, "I love you." The book closes with John at a graveyard at the grave of Susie, Fritz, Cassidy, Jeremy, Gabriel, Henry, and Charlie. The book ends with John walking to a woman waiting for him. Who is the woman? Huh?
I don't know. Your mom.
So, okay, so just to recap, because we went through that pretty fast. Basically, Sammy was not the one taken and killed. Charlie was. So Henry built robots to mimic her. Haha, mimic. Or like, to like, he's supposed to be her. And made like a kid one, like a young one, and then a kid one, and a teenager one, to sort of like mimic her growing up. To like be like she's still alive. But then when he got to Baby, who's the weird hybrid of Elizabeth, Charlie, Baby thing, he realized it was a mistake, and then in his depression took his own life, left everything in the closets there, and then William Afton got his hands on crap, and the story happened. Our teenage Charlie didn't realize that she was a robot until then she dies. Yeah. What a weird little story that was.
Interesting, to say the least.
And that's the trilogy. What'd you think of that?
I mean, it was entertaining. It was a good story.
Yeah, so at the end of this, does say some things about the end. In the graphic novels, I believe, the picture of Charlie's gravestone says 1980 to 1983, which, if we're throwing that into the games version of Charlie, which is obviously the puppet kid, right? That would put their death in the year 1983 if we are correlating the two. Since the books are different, we don't strictly have to. And then the woman, this attributes it, the woman he sees at the end is presumably Charlie in her adult body.
Dang.
Which is interesting. So that would just mean there is still a Charlie bot out there after all. Dang, what a weird. So many robots, dude. So many robot people.
It's a little cooked, but it's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
And then this just goes over, similar to actually like in the movie and stuff, the spirits here remember what William actually did and rebel against him, and it results in his death and everything, the amalgamation of them. So yeah. So yeah, that's the trilogy. That's the trilogy. It reminds me of the movies, actually, the two movies in many ways.
Yeah, there's some similarities there.
The second movie is kind of off its rocker for everything. So, but beyond that, they were actually pretty, you can find a lot of similarities. I think two biggest things you could take away is, and technically this is the introduction of like, well, post-sister location, like Remnant and stuff. That gets more elaborated upon in Fazbear Fright, so we'll become very familiar with that pretty soon. But yeah, I feel like big takeaways here are names, dates, and perhaps illusion discs, like how they function, because those are very like conceptual things that you could apply to the games without it having to be the same or even a similar story to the books. Yeah. All right, Legendet, I've been excited to get to this game with you.
Ooh, yes.
Ultimate Custom Night. Ultimate
Let's
Custom
go.
Night. Let's go. So, like I said, this was originally supposed to be like DLC for Pizzeria Simulator. It was supposed to be an like epilogue type situation. If you know, if Pizzeria Simulator is supposed to be the finale, this was definitely meant to be the epilogue. So basically, true to its name, it is an Ultimate Custom Night in the sense that you can choose like out of like a roster of a bunch of different animatronics and characters from the series that'll do different things within this main pizzeria room, and like building with the cameras and stuff. And you can change their difficulty, change who's in, change who's out, all kinds of things. It's totally up to you. But since this is FNAF we're talking about, it was really about the lore.
Oh.
While it's an interesting game, is you can customize your own difficulty and character usage and all that. What we're interested in is the storyline reveals or continuation, right? And this has some of the most interesting debates around it, and I think some of the most fun things to sort of take a look at, because a lot of it is voice lines.
Ooh.
So, I think what we'll do is we'll start with our favorite channel here that gives us these different locations, Dr. HADI 1987. Here is the locations of Ultimate Custom Night. See how it's kind of like an amalgamation of every location in a way?
Yeah, it is. Why does it sometimes have a desk and sometimes doesn't?
I don't know. I know this guy will show you different versions of what can be on the screen in the game. I don't really know all the mechanics of it. Oh, we've seen this place before. Easter eggs.
Oh.
But yeah, those before were like guys from FNAF World, those little Easter eggs showing up.
Those guys are genuinely tweaking.
Yeah. Yeah, now we have our crew that looks very familiar from past games.
Hello. Oh.
RWQ. Phantoms, right, from FNAF 3. Nightmares from 4. That's interesting. You see a POV from the mouth of one. Mini babs. Or mini arenas.
Oh.
Scrap baby.
Hey, personal concert. Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
You tweaking.
It's all worth it. We're gonna be seeing from these guys in a lot of their voice lines, so if it's just kind of a character showcase from now on, we might be able to skip ahead a little bit. Legendet. Look where the most replayed section takes us.
Oh my gosh.
Look, I can prove it. Look, on this it says most replayed.
Of course it
right
is.
here.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is the only way. Is this what Funtime Chico was supposed to be though? Because remember there wasn't one in Sister Location.
Maybe.
Is this what that Chico would have looked like? Because it's not like the other Chicos.
I guess, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we have L Chip.
Oh. Freddy be doing it now.
Ah, that's interesting. Freddy playing 5 Nights at Freddy. Let's go. He's stealing Foxy's place.
Wow. This is really just a free-for-all. Foxy don't look very impressed.
Yes.
He said, why
One could
did we
say it's some
steal it?"
kind of custom made. Yeah.
It could be a custom. One could say that. Oh.
Lefty. Oh, there's a wolf on that poster. We were just reading about the wolf from the
yeah.
books, remember? So yeah, that's what this location looks like. You can see how it's very much a mashup of everything that's come, right?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool.
So, do you have any sort of inkling as to what's going on here yet?
No.
Like what is this place?
All,
Why is everyone here?
all I could think of was just, oh, it's for fun. Custom night.
Right, like non-canon, just here you go, have some fun. So that out of the way, now I think it's time to get the fun thing. There's quite a lot of like things, secrets to go through this game. Similar to the last one, it's more like the lore's more at the edges or found in the small things rather than being in your face like Sister Location was. So I think the best way to go about it is just go through one by one. The voice lines are by far and away the most like cited piece from this game. So we might as well just go through those. I have a YouTube video pulled up with all the voice lines here. Yeah, you good with that, Legendet?
Yeah.
This should be the fun part. Alright, so first we have Scrap Trap here, aka William Afton. Oh, these lines also, I should say, they play when they kill you in the game. They like if they have multiple, it's a selection of which one they say, right? And when they kill you, they appear and they say these lines.
I always come back.
That's the iconic one, right?
I hear that one a lot.
I could hear you breathing. Admit it, you wanted to let me in.
Oh, freaky.
Why do you hide inside these walls?
Oh,
Don't
reference
be
to her song.
shy. These are strange circumstances that have brought us together.
Looks like something bad happened.
Interesting. Ballora, so Ballora's interesting because I don't think anyone actually possesses Ballora in the normal way you would consider someone possessing something, beyond like the MCI being among the their remnants and stuff being among the fun times, the bits of their souls trapped in them. But
Yeah,
that have
probably
brought
not.
us together.
Looks like something
and now this is Circus Baby, so it's once again when she's talking, it's either Circus Baby AI or Elizabeth, right? So
bad happened. I guess you forgot about me. I guess you forgot about me. Want to see the scooping room?
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I
Is
know
this just to be
how
annoying?
much you like to fight, so I'll add a new
this would be terrible
problem
playing
to
game,
your
like hearing
night.
this while you're
I
trying to
know.
start.
Never underestimate the cunning of a pirate. Or a fox, for that matter. Arg, you never
Great.
stood a chance. Arg, I came for ye booty. That be treasure, you know. I can't run like I used to, but I can pull myself apart just fine. Arg, so much
kind of
more
weird thing to say.
spacious in here. I may stay a while.
Don't get distracted. I'm
Oh,
ready
what
for
does
my
that mean?
close-up.
Oh, no, you came over.
Smile.
Uh-oh,
Say
no.
cheese.
Oh, boy.
Today is all about me, me, me.
It seems you couldn't make it to my show, so I brought the show to you.
I did not expect
Showtimes are on the
Funtime
hour,
Fox
not a
here to
moment
sound like
before
that.
and not a moment later. It's time to take your final bow. I'm sorry, but there was never enough room on this stage for both of us. A performance was demanded of me, and now I have delivered. Encore!
I
Very
bet you
cute.
weren't expecting me, were ya? Turn
Nope.
your back for 1 second and I'm like, wazoo! Ninja skills. You and I don't get to talk as often as I'd like. Everyone underestimates
I think this was part of a group of animatronics considered the mediocre melodies, by the way. Something good to
me,
know.
but
Okay.
then they turn their back and I'm like, boo! And they're like, what? Move over, Freddy Fazbear. Happy Frog is the new star of the show. We've only just begun.
Oh,
I will never let you leave.
Oh,
I will never let you rest.
did you hear that in the background?
yeah, that sounds like Circus Baby, right? Yeah.
I think it's supposed to just be a child, like, whispering.
Oh,
Like, non-distinct child.
it sounds like Circus
But
Baby.
yeah, she talks like that a lot. If you crank it up, which I don't want to make it super loud because it's going to be hard for the video, but it is just a child whispering. It's not Circus Baby's voice
Okay.
specifically, but she does talk in that manner. Well, yeah, so that's interesting. This is our first real interesting bit of dialogue. Also, babies. Remember, so these two people were talking to someone very specific, right? Baby was like, "Did you forget about me?" Or "I guess you forgot about me."
Yeah.
So whoever the player is, she's talking like, "I guess you forgot about me." And now this is saying,
We've only just begun. I will never let you leave.
again, they're talking to someone
I
specific.
will never let you rest.
Did things get really hot in here, or is it just me?
Oh,
Man, burn with me.
I'm all set.
Wow, Jerry.
Within me burns a turtle, and now you shall as well. I am a burning reminder of your
Oh,
So that's specific,
Again.
yeah.
talking to someone. So who do we think they're talking to?
Michael? I don't know.
Interesting take.
That's
Let's
just the
keep
only
going and
person
see
I
if you
can think of.
change around.
Wait, could it be Afton?
Well, I mean, Michael's been the player for almost every game, right? So he's a, kind of a
What about
quick to
Afton?
guess choice now too.
Is this
Now see, I like where your head
is this like Dead Afton's afterlife with all the animatronics or something?
Ooh, so that would make sense why everything's here, right?
Yeah.
and why these guys are talking angrily to someone specific. I like where your head's at there. Oh. That the subtitles I believe are wrong here. I'm pretty sure it's greetings from the fire and from the one you should not have killed, not and friend of what you should not have killed. But yeah, so that's a big thing. The one you should not have killed is a big name that's going to stick around for a while now. But greetings from the fire and from the one you should not have killed. So do you think it's probably definitely Afton now because they're talking about like killing someone? Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Soon you will look just like me. Beautiful. Now I get to play take apart and put back together. You won't feel a thing.
Every time I hear put back together, like my mind has like a PTSD of the crying child weirdness of that.
Oh, I know.
I wanted to wait until just the right moment to drop in. It's so much more fun hanging out in here with you. He's here and always
here we go.
watching. The one you shouldn't have killed.
Okay, he's here and always watching, the one you shouldn't have killed. So now we have someone. So before, it seemed like Jacko Chica there on fire was saying greetings from the fire and from the one you shouldn't have killed. It seemed like almost like the one you shouldn't have killed is talking through her in a weird sort of way. And now this one is referring to the one you shouldn't have killed as a separate entity because it's referring to him in the third person. He's here and always watching, the one you shouldn't have killed. So is there multiple entities within this whatever space that we're in right now?
Seeing you powerless is like music to me.
This one's important. So this is Puppet, right? And therefore, who?
Charlie?
Charlie, right? So Henry's daughter. So this one's important to pay attention to as well. Seeing you powerless is like music to me.
I don't hate you, but you need to stay out of my way.
Okay, this is interesting. I want your thoughts on this.
I mean, is Henry alive or dead right now?
Well, presumably he's dead. He said he's staying when he set the whole place on fire. He was like, I'm staying too. So, like, presumably he died in the fire.
I mean, it's not possible that, like, Henry's the character and then the one that you shouldn't have killed is Afton or something.
That would be a crazy twist.
Oh.
Afton's killed like a bunch of people and he's like, Henry kills him and he's like, I'm the one you shouldn't have killed. Two things I would say about that one. Afton technically died when he got spring locked, and then he was just possessing his own like corpse. Well, he's possessing the suit, but his like corpse is in it, you know. So technically, he's already dead. He was just possessing something like the other spirits were. Two, saying I'm the one you shouldn't have killed implied there was multiple people that you killed, which I guess Henry kind of did if he killed Michael and himself in that fire. But yeah.
Could Henry also be there though?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
they were
we have a lot to go over. Yeah, they were partners. That'd be interesting if they were both in this like hellscape here, whatever it is.
Because it feels like Charlie would say that to her dad or something.
Yeah, I don't hate you, but you need to stay on my. But like, because I don't hate you is interesting. Do you think? Okay, so actually, there's two things to unpack here. If we are playing as Afton, as some of the other lines seem to, because remember, Circus Baby is like, I guess you forgot about me. That feels like something she would say to like one of her family members, right?
Yeah, to her dad.
And then I'm the one you shouldn't have killed and all that. But it's interesting that the puppet who's also killed by him is like, I don't hate you, right? Especially when in the movie we just watched, her whole thing was she hates like everyone that like, was involved in their death. Like I know she was like, oh, I blame the adults that were, negligent to me more than I blame Afton and the crap in the movie. But you still think she would have like significant hatred to the person that actually stabbed her 3 times or whatever,
Exactly.
Where here she seems to be much like a bit of a different. And so the second part to unpack here is, so I guess she could be like, because if she's the one who was helping the other spirits possess things, she seems to be like a shepherd of the other spirits, right? Henry even is like, oh, you've always lifted others into your arms, you know, and stuff like that. Like she would, I knew you wouldn't be content to, you know, stay back. Not my daughter. So it seems like she is inclined towards good. So it could just be that she's merciful in the fact that she's like, she's
True.
not letting herself get consumed by hatred over this because she's like quote unquote the good one, right? Sort of. But what do you think she means? But you need to stay out of my way. What does that mean in the context of this? Do we think?
Ooh.
Like, what is she doing that Afton needs to stay out of the way of?
Saving people? I don't know.
Yeah, because this is after the fire, right, of the big pizzeria. So everyone's presumably burned, but now it seems like Afton and multiple spirits now that we see the puppet here as well. So it's not just Afton and the one you shouldn't have killed. Mangle seemed to be a separate entity, whether it's a spirit or not, I don't know. But so it seems like there's multiple entities trapped in this place, you know, and the puppet kind of proves that to me.
Yeah.
For sure, you know. There is one thing that I kind of, I think I'll bring it up later. I have something in my back pocket that I sometimes interpret what the puppet's saying is this way, but I'll bring that up to you later as we move on. I just want to see if you could
I
think of it.
recognize you, but I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
This feels very like she's talking to
Yeah,
Afton
that
to
sounds
me
like
as well.
Afton.
The others are under my protection.
That's huge. The others probably mean, well, who do you think the others are?
All the ones she saved?
Oh. Or, well, quote unquote saved, but like, you know, the other spirits.
Well,
right?
yeah.
Like the MCI kids, probably.
The others are like animals, but I am very aware.
That's actually pretty big too. Thoughts on that?
I guess she's very much like. That's probably why she could save people. She's not as like. I feel like her mind's probably less twisted from being possessed. She just still knows stuff, like what's going on.
Right, like her memories are more intact, her consciousness is more grounded to reality still.
Yeah.
And then the others are like the half sentient, like, you know, like broken souls and stuff. Do you think the puppet has been like this the whole time? Because that would be very disturbing to think that she's had like mostly full consciousness for all these decades.
Yeah, probably.
Because that'd be insane. Because she still is like talking as a child almost. But like the only solace of the other spirits possessing them for so long was like you could sort of be like, they're almost like not fully there. So the decades probably don't feel as long. But if the puppet has been this aware for this long, that's crazy. You know?
I know. That is crazy. Poor girl.
Who knows how the spirit world works though with all this stuff. But yeah, the others are like animals, but I am very aware. Interesting.
You and I will be making music together for a long, long time. You hear that? It's the sweet,
Music
sweet
man here.
sound of your eternal silence. Hey, keep it down, would ya? When I'm here, you play by my rules. A song was requested of me, and now I sing it.
Don't you hate getting killed by obscure secondary characters? Stranger danger. I was just waiting for you to drop your guard. Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark.
I think this is Ned Bear, a ripoff of Fred Bear, obviously, and one of the mediocre melodies.
This is how it feels, and you get to experience it over and over and over again, forever. I will never let you leave.
That's pretty huge.
Oh my gosh.
That's... Oh, I was kind of prompting you to say something.
Oh, I thought you glitched out. It's like a.
No, I'm just excited because this is a big one. This is how it feels, and now you get to experience it over and over and over again forever. I will never let you leave. Does that give you chills?
That's rough. That's rough. Yeah.
And again, the childlike whisper was saying it along in parallel with this, you know?
Yeah, they're really just torturing him because they're mad.
Yeah. So the fact that it says I will never let you leave indicates that like the one you shouldn't have killed is orchestrating this to some extent, right? Would you
Yeah.
think that's what it implies?
Yeah, probably.
like whatever this realm is, they're sort of overseeing that Afton is stuck here, right? So the shadow fears me, said by Nightmare. What is it, Nightmare Bonnie? It looks like. What does he mean by the shadow fears me? Who is the shadow? Because I immediately think of Shadow Freddy, but then I'm like, who on earth is Shadow Freddy really?
I mean, it could.
Can it really even fear this?
It could just be like saying like, oh, like the shadows are afraid of me. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so.
But wouldn't it? Yeah, that's viable. If it did just mean like, you know, the conceptual, like, oh, the darkness of shadows, whatever, like what shadows symbolize, because I see what you're going for there. Wouldn't it pluralize it? Wouldn't it say the shadows fear me? Like, I feel like that's what it would say. The shadow seems like there's a specific thing, right? Like.
True.
Let's make sure there's not a typo and just listen to him say that again. The shadow fears me. Yeah, he just says singular shadow, which indicates like specialization, but or specification, I mean. Yeah, I don't really know what on earth, like, because Shadow Freddy pops into your head, obviously, but there's also Shadow Bonnie, who's I know is named RWQ, but like, you know, same kind of thing. It seems like. Oh, here we go. I am your wickedness made of flesh. Does that just mean the embodiment of him in this world, or are we supposed to attribute it more literally to the nightmare animatronics?
Huh? What are you asking?
So, yeah, I agree. There's two ways of everything saying here. There's the animatronic saying it, and then there's the potential soul inside of it saying it. And then there's like, does it mean applied only to this Ultimate Custom Night situation, right? Or does it apply to to the animatronic that's saying it? So when Nightmare Bonnie here says, I'm your wickedness made of flesh, is it referring to Nightmare Bonnie? Or is it referring to... Oh wait, no, this isn't Nightmare Bonnie. This is just Nightmare, right? The black version of Fredbear. It's hard to tell with this grainy image. I think this might just be Nightmare. But yeah, I am your wickedness made of flesh. Like, I don't know. Do you get at all what I was trying to say there?
Not really, but that's okay.
It's just confusing to me.
I'm here to claim what is left of you. I will vomit you back to relieve your horror.
Come closer.
Interesting.
Let me count my teeth.
No thanks.
So it feels like that was... Yeah, I'm all set on that one, Champ. It seems like the one you shouldn't have killed was talking through Nightmare here, again. So it seems like the one you shouldn't have killed isn't always the one speaking, but it sometimes is, even though it can be different characters, you know?
Yeah.
Because it didn't seem to be Mangle, or Funtime Foxy, or whoever said it. Was it? Which one? Mangle? I think it was Mangle.
Yeah.
And then it definitely wasn't the puppet. It didn't seem to be Circus Baby.
It feels like it's in control of this whole thing somehow.
Yeah.
Like in charge of it.
Help me count my teeth. You're not so big. Just a bite-sized morsel. You knew I'd get you eventually. There just isn't room in here for both of us. Flash that light on the wand. It can't save you now.
Let me put you back together, then take you apart all over again.
This is Nightmare Fredbear. Tell me what we see right away, actually.
Oh, I heard multiple voices.
Yeah. And let me put you back together.
Oh, yeah.
the phrase that keeps appearing.
Let's see how many times you can be pulled apart. I assure you, I am very real.
That almost implies to me that the nightmares weren't fully real, right? Which could tie them into being mostly dreams or
Right.
something like that, right? Because this time, like if you need assurance that they're real, something was up with them. Like it wasn't physically
Right. It
in
wasn't
the room, I
actually
feel like,
there.
at this point. Yeah. Yeah.
This time, there is more than an illusion to fear.
So yeah.
That's
That
pretty
kind of
cut and dry.
confirms it.
Now, this gets interesting. This time, there's more than an illusion to fear. Illusion is different than dream or nightmare. Does that concern us at all?
I think
Especially since we just learned about the audio, like, hallucination discs in the books.
I mean, I don't know. It could just be
I don't
their
know
way
either.
of wording it, but then at the same time, it's like, does every word
Yeah.
mean something?
Right. Because it could easily just be, like, if you're having a nightmare, like, you're deluding yourself, right? It's not actually there. Your
Right.
brain, in a way, your brain is creating illusions for you while you're not fully conscious, right? So, like, and what's weird too is this is Afton. This time there's more than illusion to fear. It feels like whoever he's talking to has encountered him before when he was just an illusion. But presumably Afton wasn't the one having those nightmares. And given sister location, it seems like if anything, Afton would have been in charge of inducing those nightmares into some kind of kid or
Right.
overseeing the nightmares, right? So it's like everything feels like well, not everything, but pretty much most things feel like they're talking to Afton. But here it's like, what do you mean this time there's more than illusion to fear? Does that mean, again, the pedantics of it, right, or the semantics or whatever? Does he just mean in general, like, oh, I used to be an illusion, like this version of me? Well, this, again, depending on who's talking through this thing. Nightmare Fredbear used to be just an illusion, now he's not. This time there's more than illusion to fear. It's not like specified to William Afton's experience of Nightmare Fredbear, it's just specified to Nightmare Fredbear's existence at all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know, it could be that.
We know who our friends are, and you are not one of them.
This is interesting because remember the crying child as he was dying, the plush was like, we're still your friends, do you believe that? And this is obviously Nightmare Fredbear, which ties it directly to FNAF 4.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
So, yeah. And saying we, too, pluralizes who is ever speaking.
Well, you can hear.
We know who our friends are. Interesting. Feels like there's multiple people in here. In this one line, though. That's weird. Wait, actually, I haven't given that enough credit when I thought about this before.
This is a nightmare that you won't wake from. This time, death cannot save you.
That clinches it to me. That has to be Afton, right? Like,
yeah.
Who else's death saved? You know, like he's being chased by the ghosts, spring locked himself, then possessed it and came back. You know?
Yeah, I think it has to be Afton.
The only other person that died and didn't die was Michael, but it's not like death saved him. If anything, it just made everything like
Right, it didn't save
he
anything.
got scooped, and then Remnant revitalized him. It's not like he was saved. They tricked him into doing that, and then forced it upon him. William Afton was technically saved, like quote unquote whatever. Like who knows what would have happened if he never spring locked himself, but he was quote unquote saved by death. Like that makes sense. I feel like they have to be talking to Afton at this point. There's no way.
I agree.
Which would make us the player character Afton, which is pretty interesting.
That
to
is
think
interesting.
about.
I was just thinking that. That's kind of weird, but cool.
You know what else is absolutely cooked, Legendet?
What?
This is Nightmare Yon, right?
Okay.
Remember she was introduced in the FNAF 4 Halloween update? That was said to not be canon, right? Except for Nightmare Balloon Boy.
Oh, yeah.
So why is she here in what seems to be like a sort of weird hell for William Afton if Nightmare Yon wasn't canon?
For fun, I guess. That is
For
funny.
funsies. Furthermore, I know you probably don't know this at all, but like when you download Ultimate Custom Night, you know how the games will have like those little icons on your desktop with the thumbnails on them?
Yeah.
The picture for this game's icon is a face of Nightmare Yon, which boggles my mind because you think they usually do something important to the game. This thing was said not to be canon when it was first introduced in the FNAF 4 update. Now it's here saying important things to the protagonist of this like weird Purgatory realm. And it's the cover of the game on desktop. Huh?
They're saying the whole game's not canon.
Everything's not canon. Nothing is canon.
Nothing is canon. There was no canon.
There's no there never was a canon. It's like, oh, do you think the books are canon? No, I think the games are not canon.
Just beginning. Let's taste death again and again and again. I am the fearful reflection of what you have created.
Okay, this is interesting. Do you have thoughts on it before I launch into something?
Go right ahead.
So I am the fearful reflection of what you have created. Does this mean that Nightmare Yon previously not appeared, like previously wasn't there in FNAF 4, so not canon, but now in this Purgatory realm, the one you shouldn't have killed or whatever is like perverting the puppet to look like this? So it's like I am the fearful reflection of what you have created.
Oh, maybe.
You know, like I am this nightmarish version of something that's real
That could be
in this
it.
realm torturing you. But also, it seems like Henry made the puppet, you know, because of the whole Charlie having the wristband. It's seeming to be a security puppet at the place.
That's true.
So I don't know. Because in which case, it doesn't seem like we're Henry at all. Like, you know?
No, they'd be weirdly mad at Henry. Like, what you got against bro?
Yeah. Like, sure, okay, he probably didn't do as much as he needed to do, but like, would that really have not, like, it feels like by the time Henry would have been able to properly do something, he would have been dead already, you know?
Yeah.
But like, yeah. Unless it's like the movie when Charlie died first, because Henry did say, I let this wound bleed out to cause all of this. He's like, remember, a wound first inflicted on me, and one I let bleed out to cause all of this. But yeah. But again, it doesn't seem like Henry was going around directly killing anyone.
No.
Saying I'm the one you shouldn't have killed feels disingenuous.
I know. I don't know. I think it's Afton.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way it's not Afton.
What?
But again, I am just like, I don't know what the puppet or Nightmare Yon here really means. I am the fearful reflection of what you have created. Does that mean Afton, like what, created this whole spirit mess? Does it mean Afton created the puppet? What is it talking about? You know?
Yeah, maybe it's just a reflection of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, like the whole Fazbear mess in general, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, you helped found this company or whatever. I embody like all the terrible things that you have made it into, basically. Like,
What did you think of my act? I don't get out much, so you'll have to forgive my enthusiasm. I hope you enjoyed the grand finale. Now is my time to shine. He tried to release you. He tried to release us.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna let that happen.
this proves it can't be Henry. Legendet, can you tell me why?
You didn't try to release anyone? I don't know.
Legendet, think.
I'm sorry, I'm not cooking.
Who tried to release the spirits?
Michael? Wait, no. The puppet? I don't know. I'm confused.
Legendet, I'm crying.
Don't put this in the
Do
video.
you remember last game?
Don't put this in the video.
Henry tried to release the
Henry!
spirits. So, and they're saying they're talking about Henry as in he, not you. So whoever they're talking to is not Henry. My word. All right.
In my
He
defense,
tried to release you.
I had a busy day.
He tried to release us, but I'm not gonna let that happen.
I will hold you here. I will keep you here. No matter how many times they burn us.
That's interesting. So they've also been burned multiple times for that statement. I think this was probably referring to how the FNAF 3 fire happened, and then the Pizzeria Simulator fire happened.
Yeah.
So there's been 2 fires, so it's like, oh yeah, no matter how many times they burn us, they're not our souls. I'll make sure our souls aren't releasing, because I'm gonna stay here and torture you personally. You know.
Yeah, personally.
He tried to release you. He tried to release
That
us.
happened.
Yeah.
To how many times they burn us. I consider it a
It was so creepy to have that voice in the background, though.
I know.
The whisper,
just
like,
saying
as he's
it.
dignified
Yeah.
death. Not really. It was actually quite pathetic.
Hey.
If you sit by the river long
Alright, then.
enough, you will see the body of your enemy float by.
Okay.
Even monkeys fall from trees.
I'll have the music after.
The nail that sticks
Yeah,
out
it's like he's telling
gets
jokes or something.
hammered down.
He does have that little jig going.
The talented hawk hides his claws.
Why so blue? You know I'll be true, and now I'll make slippers out of you. So good to see you again, my
That's pretty good.
friend. But now your life must end. What a fine day to come here and say that your face and flesh I must play. What a treat to come here and meet your face as it hits concrete. I found my guitar, now reach for the stars as I plunge it through your heart.
That's right! And don't you come back now, you hear? That'll teach you for trying to trick this old bird. Thought you could fool me with that sign, but I was too smart for you. I may not like wet floors, but the smell of fresh meat is just too enticing. Whoops, looks like you're the one that slipped up this time.
Yar, what can I do for ya? Yarg, how may I be of service to ya? Yar, who touched me bird? Yar, me bird likes you, so I'll do ye a favor. Yar, you win some, you lose some. Yarg, ye play with fire, and sometimes ye get burned.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Please deposit 5.
All right, I get the idea. I'll deposit 4 coins.
You are attempting to...
Freddy doesn't like this.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Time for your controlled shock. Time for
Oh,
your
scrap, baby.
controlled shock. Let's see
Oh.
how many pieces I can cut you into. You won't die, but you'll wish you could.
You won't get tired.
Dang. Okay, that's
5
interesting. So
coins.
Time for your
when it was Circus Baby talking at the beginning, it seemed like that was Baby / Elizabeth speaking through her, right? Sort of. Now here it seems like this could be the vengeful spirit, or like the one you shouldn't have killed.
controlled shock.
Maybe.
Time for your controlled shock.
Like
Let's
this
see.
obviously is harkening back to the bunker,
Many
but then let's see how many
pieces
pieces I can cut you. Like Elizabeth was devoted to her dad last we saw her, or like baby like
I can
Scrap
cut
Baby
you
was. So like
into.
this
You
feels
won't
like
die,
this time it's the one you should have
But you'll
killed
wish
speaking
you
through her,
could.
but like using phrases from her. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it could be.
You won't get
Do we think that the one you shouldn't have killed has access to these people's memories somehow? Because that'd make things a bit easier. But...
Maybe. I mean, she could have access
Dying, will
to everything.
you? Where's my beak?
Right, yeah.
Lodged in your forehead, of course.
Okay, this has started a lot of things where it's like Toy Chica did the bite of 87 because where's my beak lodged in your forehead? And it would also be like tie into like, oh, why is Toy Chica missing her beak? You know, kind of theory.
You won't get tired of my voice, will you? Let's go somewhere more private.
Oh,
so I can
freaky out.
That
Freaky
game
hot
was
chica.
totally rigged. That's what you get for leaving me hanging. If I get jump scared, you get jump scared. Mr. Hub.
Do you get jump scared?
Again.
Yeah,
It's
hi,
not
so
my
he didn't
fault.
either.
I have these fat plastic fingers and can't press the buttons.
I have something to tell you. Hey,
Oh.
I want to tell you something.
Oh, okay, this is uncomfortable.
Over here. Get closer. Excuse me. Can you come a little closer? Hey, down here. Hello. I wanted to ask you something. It's something really important.
Time to face the consequences of your failure. Might as well face the facts. You were always destined to fail. You blinked. What is this new prison? Is it me trapped, or is it you? Perhaps it is us both.
Oh, interesting. Wait,
What is
we need to
this?
go over that. What is this new prison? So this
Place, yes.
withered Bonnie here seems to also be a separate consciousness from the one you shouldn't have killed, because he's confused about what this place is, whereas the one you shouldn't have killed seems to be very like, I'm running the
Yeah.
roost here, you know. So
Oh,
this also,
yeah.
in addition to the puppet, is like very solid proof that there's multiple spirits trapped here and not just Afton. and
Right,
the
I
one you
guess
shouldn't
it's
have
pretty
killed.
much all of them. Like, she must have brought them
Yeah,
all. Whoever it was, the one you
and that's pretty
killed.
dark. Yeah.
Or is it you? Perhaps it is us both. I may be missing my face, but even I could see his tongue.
I never thought I'd make it through that vent, but now we are together. Let me show you how to break your face and look like me. Come closer. Let's smile together. I was the first.
Oh boy.
I have seen everything.
Legendet, can you tell me why I despise this line?
Because how could she be the first?
Yeah. All right. Discussion time. This is Withered Chica, right? Talking to us here from FNAF 2. The FNAF 2 location. We see Withered Chica inside. Who's stuffed inside Chica? Susie was. So the spirit, if it's the spirit speaking through her, presumably is Susie. I was the first. I have seen everything. But Henry said the wound was first inflicted on him, which, if we're talking about murders, which it seems like we would be, Charlie should have been the one to die first. So we have a bit of a dilemma here. You see what I mean?
Oh boy. Unless it's the one you shouldn't have killed speaking through her.
Yeah. So, yeah. That could... Yeah. It's so... Oh, wait. I forgot. Legendet, I would say that myself, but then look what Withered Chica says next.
I have seen him, the one you shouldn't have killed.
Womp womp.
So it's a guy? Though?
The one you shouldn't have killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've referred to him as a he, him, throughout these
Right.
voice lines.
Do we know who the one you shouldn't have killed is?
Oh, what a question. We'll keep talking about that as we go through. Want a spoiler?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most debated things on this whole franchise. No one can agree.
Yay!
Yay!
Could it be
There is a very common belief,
Crying
but
child.
it's contested enough that it's debated. Oh, dude. Whoa, Legendet's coming out swinging. Hold your horses. I want to get through some more evidence before we start talking about possibilities. Oh, you came out swinging. Okay, but anyway, so to your point, I would say that it maybe the one you shouldn't have killed is speaking, and there was a secret murder or something that Henry didn't know about, so he thought his daughter was the first one dead, you know, and the one you shouldn't have killed is perhaps a new character of an early murder we didn't know about and crap like that. However, Henry, you know, he does know about the MCI, obviously, and the only spirit that Withered Chica would be reasonable to represent is Susie. Yeah. So, is it Susie saying I was the first, I seen everything? And does it even make sense for her to be killed first? This could be evidence for what you were saying. Remember FNAF 4? You kind of thought the MCI happened before the crying child's death? And it's very possible that the crying child died before Charlie. So if that's true, this kind of could fit your narrative that you presented way back then.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But also, why would it matter?
Yeah. Well, to me, what's stupid is like, this was supposed to be DLC. It became like an epilogue type game. And literally the last thing like Scott Cawthon wrote for this was Henry, well, not like literally last thing, but was the game where Henry said the wound was a wound first inflicted on me. Like, how did you change your mind in 2 seconds? Or why did you make Henry say that if Charlie wasn't the one to actually die first? Like, what? It's just such odd writing decisions to me. Like, why does it seem to directly contradict each other? Like, this doesn't seem like a small overlook. Like, this is a direct contradiction. I mean, they can't both die first.
He could have been speaking through Chica, and then after that, Chica was saying she saw him because he was speaking through her.
I mean, I guess maybe you could go that angle. I just am fearful that, like, we've established that there's multiple spirits in this realm.
Okay, wait, hear me out. Hear me out. Michael is the one you shouldn't have killed. And he's saying he's the first because he's like the oldest child, so he saw it all happen.
Whoa.
That's what I think.
I know a couple of FNAF theorists that would very much like your take on a part of that, at least. Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Interesting. So you have presented the crying child and Michael as possibilities now, right? For the one you shouldn't have killed.
I think it's Michael.
So, okay, hold on. But to get back to that, so you're saying that in this moment it is the one you shouldn't have killed speaking, and then the next time it is the Chica or Susie.
Yeah, and that's why you're not playing as Michael either, because he's the one you shouldn't have killed.
Interesting. Two things I would ask. One, I feel like every time before... Wait, have we seen the vengeful... Okay, so if you hear me say the vengeful spirit, I mean the one you shouldn't have killed. The community often calls them the vengeful spirit. I don't know if I established that. But, the vengeful spirit, does it sometimes take over someone saying stuff that would be normal for them?
Yeah.
Or has it always only been one or the other?
No, it goes back and forth.
Through, like, especially the mediocre melodies. But the mediocre melodies wouldn't have any spirits in them anyway. Like, the mediocre melodies don't have any dead kids associated with them. Has an animatronic that has a dead kid associated with it ever been both? Because if they haven't, I wouldn't be very enthusiastic on thinking that it would flip-flop, you know?
I feel like it did, but I don't know. I don't remember.
It definitely did with, like, the mediocre melodies and stuff, but I mean, like, specifically an animatronic that is associated with a spirit. Because, like, obviously the puppet is just Charlotte. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just inclined to think Chica is not meant to be the one you shouldn't have killed because of this. line.
Either
You
way,
know, but
I
I get what
think
you're saying too.
I feel like Michael could be the one you should kill, or the crying
Oh yeah.
child.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing That's the other thing I wanted to say. So Michael wasn't really killed by Afton though, you know?
But it's still caused.
Okay, yeah. You're saying like because of Afton's, mechanisms and machinations, he was killed. Yeah. So technically, he killed him.
It could be crying child.
The one you shouldn't have killed, or the one we're playing as? Oh no, obviously it wouldn't be the one we're playing as.
The one you shouldn't have killed.
Yeah. But would that make the player Michael? Because Michael's the one who killed Crying Child.
Oh, true. Never mind.
And on accident, but still.
I don't think. Yeah, no.
Anyway, this is another interesting line.
But not by you, by the one you should not have killed.
Kind of reminds me of what Nightmare said, where I am your wickedness made for flesh, and then the Nightmare Rion was like, I am the fearful reflection of what you have created, and now Nightmare Freddy here, I'm remade, but not by you, by the one you shouldn't have killed.
Yeah.
No.
And that kind of just proves that the one you shouldn't have killed is like puppeteering this whole realm, like he built it.
The
Basically.
light can save you now. I have always been hiding in your shadow.
That's an interesting line, actually.
I
have always been hiding in your shadow? Does that mean, is that the one you shouldn't have killed talking?
Maybe.
Like, oh, I've been following you around, like I've been lurking with you ever since you killed me.
Probably. That makes sense.
I have always been hiding in your shadow.
What a gift to relish, a victim that can't perish. I am given flesh to be your tormentor.
It will all be over soon.
I don't think so.
There is room for one more.
What? What does that mean?
Eternity inside with me.
There's room for one more. Comes by and turns inside. Wait.
I've been looking for you.
I'm having a bit of a brain blast here somewhere. Wait, I've been like, oh man.
I'm so glad that I found you. Let me make room.
What's happening?
My friend, you have met.
Okay, this is the whole thing. Yeah, anyway, those are interesting voice lines. I have a bit of an idea in the back of my mind, but I'm gonna see how it incubates as we keep going. This one is just a very long one, and yeah, so we might skip around a little bit.
Terrible demise. But I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it weren't from me, it would have just been from someone else, you know? I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well, for everyone else, life goes on, not for you.
Yeah, look how long this
dead.
is.
Oh my gosh.
That's neither here nor there. It reminds me of...
I'm gonna speed read it so we don't have to listen to him forever. It reminds me of one summer day in the park. I was having just a delightful picnic with my good friend Orville, and I said to him, Orville, I have a story. And he said to me, what's the significance of the story? And I said to him, Orville, not every story has to have significance, you know? Sometimes, sometimes a story is just a story. You try to read into every little thing. I think this is Scott talking to the fans.
Yeah.
You try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says, you'll just drive yourself crazy. Had a friend do it once. Wasn't pretty. We talked about it for years. And not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe, thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming something you shouldn't assume, you know? Sometimes I said a story is just a story, so just be quiet for 1 second in life and eat your sandwich, okay? Of course, it was only then I realized I had made sandwiches. Poor Orville was having such difficulty eating it. Elephants have those clumsy hands, you know? Actually, I suppose that's the problem. They don't have hands at all, do they? They're all feet, and I can't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with my feet. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a bakery nearby. I said to him, Orville, let me go eat you some rye bread. Or get you some rye bread. Now, I'm sure if elephants enjoy rye bread, but I assure you that Orville does. Now, this was on a Tuesday, which was good because rye bread is always fresh on Tuesday. They made sourdough bread on Monday and threw it out Wednesday, or rather they sold it at a discount for people willing to feed the ducks, and probably at the end of the day finally they threw it all out. I don't recall. I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and go feed the ducks. He would buy all the sourdough bread, of course, you know, you're not supposed to feed the ducks sourdough bread at all, it swells up in their stomach, and then they all die. At least that's what I've heard, you know. I never saw any ducks die myself, but I did notice a substantial decrease in the duck population over the course of a few years. I just never thought to stop the man and tell him that he was killing the ducks by feeding them sourdough bread. And if you want my opinion on the matter, and I told Orville this as well, if you want to feed the ducks or birds or any kind of matter, it's best to buy seed. I mean, when you think about it, breads of any sort don't occur in nature. They don't grow on trees or spring up from the bushes. I don't think birds know what to do with bread. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So I brought Orville some rye bread. What a fun day it was. It seems that your journey has ended. Very sorry about that. It was always going to end this way, of course. If it weren't by me, it would have just been by some other, you know, terrible thing. You could not imagine how terrible it would be. I get scared thinking about it. Glad it's not me. Reminds me of a time I was speaking to my good friend Orville. We were sitting on the park bench watching the pigeons. I was on the left, he was on the... Oh, wait. Was I on the right or left? Anyways, it doesn't matter. We were sitting on there watching the pigeons, and I said to Orville... Friend, those birds are frozen. Hey, you kind of looked at me like I'd lost my mind. But I reminded him that it was winter, you know, and often birds will sit in a tree until they'd freeze. Then they'd, you know, sort of fall to the ground until the sun warms up, and then they can, you know, move around again. So I said to Orville, you'd might as well save those breadcrumbs until the birds thaw, because they can very well enjoy them in the condition they're in. To which he asked what I meant and asked in what condition the crumbs should be in before he threw them to the birds, assuming that I had meant the birds could enjoy the bread. This is such a useless thing, but I'm going through it. Breadcrumbs in the condition that the crumbs were in, when in fact I had meant the birds could enjoy them in the condition that the birds were in, considering the birds are frozen. Yeah, so he took a moment, then threw his last handful onto the ground. Yeah.
I think he's saying he has more lore, like, trails he can add, but we're all very, like, stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this whole thing is like a gag of like, none of this actually matters. Since he started it all with you look into everything. Not like the whole game, but I mean like this speech that this guy is making, Orville the Elephant or whatever.
Yeah.
Which responded, the breadcrumbs are not frozen. Again, misunderstanding my words. I didn't mean to say that the breadcrumbs are frozen when I told you they're frozen. I've been referring to the birds, you know, in hindsight. What I should have said was, and this would make perfect sense, why did you throw breadcrumbs to the birds when the birds are frozen? He misunderstood upon my correction, stating that he didn't know what else to do with the breadcrumbs, and that perhaps, you know, when the birds thawed, they'd still be able to eat the crumbs. So I said to Orville, that's what I said to him. I said, Orville, the birds may be dead. It seems that you have met a horrible demise, my friend, but, you know, these things happen in life. Life goes on. Not for you, obviously, you're dead. But it reminds me of a time I was having a conversation with my friend Orville. We were at the river. We were sitting by the river watching the fish leap over the falls, and I said to Orville, sometimes I feel like a fish leaping over and over again, always trying to get somewhere. No, I don't know where, only to find myself in the jaws of a beast. He, of course, looked at me as surprised, you know? This has been like 10 minutes of this. Have you been in the jaws of a beast, friend? To which I said, no, of course not, Orville. I said, no, I simply meant that life can seem like a relentless endeavor, overcome meaningless obstacles only to meet an equally meaningless fate, regardless of your efforts, regardless of the obstacles you've passed. And Orville, he stood and proceeded to drape me with a picnic cloth, to which I asked him, I said, friend, what are you doing? He looked at me, very concerned, really. I feel like you've gotten too much sun. Indeed I had. He proceeded to pour me a glass of just ice-cold lemonade. Ever mix it with iced tea? I do like little half lemonade, half... Oh, it's so... You should try it some... Oh, wait. You can't because you're dead. But anyways. What is this, bro? So you may be asking yourself, how did I go from sitting by the falls to drinking lemonade to being wedged in the air duct? Not only with Orville, but with an entire assortment of fruity-colored friends. Well, there's really no good answer to that, but perhaps I've met a demise of my own at some point. And this is my afterlife or my dream, whatever it might be. I honestly don't know. Or maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all.
Goes to my theory that this whole game doesn't mean anything.
This whole game, the whole series doesn't mean anything. Oh my gosh. How much more of this do I have?
Jeez.
Alright, you know what? I am kind of done reading all that. it feels like this is going nowhere and it's just like a gag.
What a pity.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just still him talking. This really just feels like meandering stories for the sake of it. You watch, there's some lore-breaking thing that we're gonna miss in all this.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and that's the end of the voice lines.
Well,
Dang,
there
all right,
you
yeah,
go.
that Orville, what a way to end that. So yeah, all in all, the voice lines. What are we thinking about them?
They're pretty good though. I'm still sus about the whole like things that aren't canon in here. I feel like the character you said was on the screen, but he wasn't supposed to be canon, and then him saying that it didn't doesn't matter,
Nightmare
and then that guy saying it doesn't matter. It's like sus to me.
But there's too much like voice lines at the same time directly implicating a grander lore, you know?
Yeah.
Like the whole like if it actually isn't supposed to matter, the one you shouldn't have killed, why set all that up?
That's
you know?
true.
That's why I feel like it has to matter. I feel like the context of that like speech there was literally just to the meandering stories that he's telling, you know? I feel like it's just a joke, you know?
Yeah, probably.
Like almost like a fourth wall break, like, oh, all you theorists look into everything so every minute detail and think it's supposed to mean something, but not everything is this crazy, you know? Now I just have a couple more things to look at. There's a couple of cutscenes that we need to watch, and a couple of Easter eggs to look at. Here is a compilation of the scenes known as Toy Chica, the high school years.
Oh boy.
There we go. And it all comes from UCN.
Dear Diary, yesterday was so amazing, and I met such a wonderful guy. But I don't think it was meant to last, for my heart belongs to another. He's so amazing and strong and so cute. I've been thinking about him all day, and I think he's really into me too. He's the only one for me. I just know it. And I know just how to get him. Look at that top hat. That amazing top hat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Actually, some things to mention here. Legendet, have you heard of 14 theory at all in relation to FNAF?
I think so.
So this group of YouTubers are going through Ultimate Custom one night, and I believe this YouTuber named Nair or Raven noticed how this 14 was slanted towards Toy Chica.
Oh,
here.
it is.
And then in the roster, let me bring it up, the UCN roster. Wait, that's the wrong one. It's not real. Where the heck is the actual holy crap, can you just give me the actual one, people? Here we go. What is happening? I just want a picture of the roster. Oh, here it is. So, Golden Freddy here has his head slanted towards Springtrap as well. And he's the 14th character in the roster.
Wow.
So a lot of people think that 14 parallels the Golden Freddy tilt from the roster. And then Toy Chica is meant to parallel... Springtrap is the next one, 15, right? Because she's standing in front of the 15th locker.
Yeah.
So Toy Chica is meant to parallel William Afton.
How?
It was thought anyway, with stuff coming up, that she's meant to parallel William Afton here. We'll get into it soon. But the 14 theory is a much newer theory in the space. it implicates some things that we'll talk about as we go on, but I want you to be aware of it since we just passed the lockers scene.
Into me too. He's the only one for me. I just know it. And I know just how to get him. Look at that.
Okay, something to take notice of. She has Foxy's hook in her bag.
Is that the other guy she's talking about?
Maybe,
Top
that's
hat. That amazing top hat. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him that I needed help with my homework, but once he's there, I'll have him. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong. Dear Diary, yesterday was so amazing, and I met such a wonderful guy. But I don't think it was meant to last. For my heart belongs to another. He's so amazing and strong and so cute.
So now she's talking about someone else, right?
I've been thinking about him all day, and I think he's really into me too. He's the only one for me. I just know it. And I know just how to get him.
She's gonna have his hat, isn't she?
Look at that
Yep, look at the hook in the hat.
She just keeps killing everyone. Or something.
amazing silky sheen. He'll be mine by the end of the
And a wolf again. Why does this wolf keep appearing? Like, it's never in anything, really. And now it's like...
day.
I know.
I just know it. I told him that someone ran over his dog in front of my house.
Jeez.
But once he's there, I'll entice him with warm cookies, lure him inside. I mean, invite him inside. And then I'll have him. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong.
So weird.
Look at those ears.
And look, his paw now.
Those amazing ears. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him that my house was on fire. But once he's there, I'll tell him that I threw myself on the flames to put them out. He'll be so impressed that he'll fall for me immediately. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong.
Oh, you kill him like you kill, like seemingly kill him.
Look at those eyes. Those
Yep, there's his ear.
amazing eyes. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him that I've taken several live hostages at my house. But once he's there, I'll tell him that I let them go because I love him. He'll
What?
fall for me immediately.
What, how is that
once
gonna
I
work? In
have
what
him,
world?
He'll be mine forever. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong. Look at those strings.
Yeah, and there's his eye. Is the insinuation of what could possibly go wrong is they don't actually fall in love with her and so she kills them or something?
Yeah,
or,
maybe.
Or that she just is always planning to kill them from the start,
can't
maybe,
tell.
because she's like a psycho like that. This is why, by the way, she's always been thought to parallel William Afton because of she's murdering people one by one.
It makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
And they are represented by the animatronics that, you know, usually are
Those
associated with dead
long,
kids that he killed.
beautiful strings. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him to come over later. That should be enough. And if he doesn't show up, I'll just go to his house. And if he doesn't open the door, I'll just find a window. Chimney's always an option.
What does this sound like? What's our favorite thing?
Midnight Motorist.
Midnight Motorist. It kind of does, though. I'll go to his house. If he doesn't open the door, I'll find the window. That's literally what happens in Midnight Motorist.
Yeah.
Option. Or I could set the house on fire and wait for him to run out.
Oh.
Then he could
Yeah,
run
yeah,
into
that's always an
my
option.
arms. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong. Look at that snout.
Yeah, they're racking it up.
Looks aren't everything. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I'll just wait for him after school, throw a bag over his head, hit him with a shovel, and drag him into the back of my car. Then, when he wakes up,
So I think she
I'll
is
tell him
planning
that
on going.
someone was trying to kidnap and kill him. I don't
Oh,
know, Balloon
maybe
Boy
not.
maybe. And then I'll tell him that I rescued him. He'll fall for me immediately. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong. Dear Diary, things didn't work out as I'd hoped, and once again I'm left with nothing but a broken
And there's her
heart.
bag full of everyone.
But tomorrow is another day, and I just know that there's a...
Tomorrow's another day. Who used to say that?
Oh, who said that?
The plush from FNAF 4 would say it to the crying child.
Right.
Dude, there's so many repeating verbiage that specifically comes from FNAF 4. It kills me inside. Like in almost every game too. I feel like FNAF 4 literally. I said like FNAF 4 is when the lore went off the deep end for good. I legitimately think that game just literally just like infected the entire storyline
It
from
really
that point forward.
It really did.
Didn't work out as I'd hoped.
Like, look, there's her bag full of everyone. By the way, there was 7 kills here. Do we think that means anything? Because we know Afton killed the MCI, which is 5. Then he killed Charlie, which is 6. The DCI could be its own thing. It could have maybe been weird and didn't happen in some sort of way. Either way, it seems like they're kind of out of the picture. So was there a 7th victim in association with the MCI and stuff?
Great job.
Crying child? Do you think one? But
yeah, he didn't do it.
Murder.
No,
him,
he
but,
did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't know.
interesting. So like, could it be implying that the one you shouldn't have killed is a secret 7th murder surrounding that whole era of things?
Yeah,
you know?
true. Maybe it's someone we don't know.
It's just so weird that there would be 7 in this when we know of when it's always been 5 for the MCI, and then Charlie would technically make 6.
Wait, so
And
when
those have been the consistent thing.
when did these when do you see these in the game? It's so random.
It's like an intermission thing, like when you complete a challenge or something, you get it. It's basically an intermission from the game, and then you just watch it, and you earn them. Yeah, anyway, just
Dear
finish
Diary,
out the animation.
Things didn't work out as I'd hoped, and once again I'm left with nothing but a broken heart. But tomorrow is another day, and I just know that there's a guy out there that's right for me.
See, so that is completely different from anything William Afton would be doing, though, because obviously he's not a high school girl, right? They'd be going lovesick crazy. So then it would be like this would have to be a loose parallel at best, but even then, I still feel like this could imply there's a secret 7th murder.
Oh yeah, that could be. That's why it could be the one who you shouldn't have killed.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. Yeah, that could be a. I think that's a lot of people have thought as well too. Interesting. Also, the verbiage of her saying tomorrow's another day could potentially link to William Afton being the speaker through the plush, since that's borrowed verbiage from him, and she's meant to parallel William Afton and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
Know? But again, the jury's still pretty out on that. I feel like it's really hard to tell what's up with that darn plush and everything else in FNAF 4.
Yeah, valid.
Anyway, now this is called Freddy versus Foxy. It's like an anime type thing. It's interesting.
Oh.
バスケットをぶつけたと思うか？彼らはものすごく怒っていて、ぶつけたと思うか？
You know, I'm gonna turn it quiet so I can read the English. Another sun begins to set on my fury, and my thirst for vengeance remains unquenched. I can hear the fox laughing from his temple, but his reign of terror will soon be at an end. The air is ripe for revenge, and the blood on the fox's hands will finally be scrubbed off with the scouring pad of justice. But the fox is cunning and devious and has continued to somehow escape my grasp. I have tried to lay siege to his temple time and time again, but to no avail. But the transgressions of the past cannot be forgiven. It ends tonight. I will have my revenge. I cannot fail again, as my last attempt exerted a heavy toll, and the consequence follows me still. In fact, it follows me everywhere.
I got nothing.
You build the sunsets with the anchors a new sun, bleeding red over the temple of the fox. I think the proper name of this is like Bear of Vengeance or something. Tonight my attack will be unexpected, as it is my birthday. No one ever attacks on their birthday. Ah, today is that foolish bear's birthday. He will attack. How predictable. I've been anticipating this night. The trap is set. He should have learned his lesson. And let's not forget what happened to him last time. I hope he has been feeding his new friend. Oh, brilliant. Can I come down now? I really need to go to the bathroom. What is happening? This night marks the end of the bear and his clan. He will remember this night, the night he was shown no mercy. Then again, if he wishes to suffer, maybe there's a better way. Yes, I know just the thing. That bear will regret the day he crossed paths with me. Come to me and see the price you will pay. It is a night you will not soon forget. It's so funny, this is like so goofy.
I know,
Like,
what is this?
Toy Chica the high school years, now this. Another sun begins to set in my fury, and my thirst for vengeance remains unquenched. I can hear the fox laughing from his temple, but his reign of terror will soon be at an end. Wait, is this just repeating? I'll read again when the words get different. Because I'm sure it'll be like the Chica thing where it's the same format every time, but it gets different. Last night's attack did not as planned. I was captured but set free on one condition. I must make the fox breakfast for the next 7 days. I suppose it could be worse. He eats his bacon so burnt that it turns black like his heart. Monster. Behold, the sun sets, so my anger is a new sun, bleeding red over the temple of the fox. Tonight is his favorite show. He will be distracted and won't see me coming. Ah, the bear doesn't realize that the reception is terrible here. He will attack. How predictable. I've been anticipating this night. The trap is set. He should have learned his lesson. Reminds me, where's my breakfast? That bear had better not screw up my bacon. You don't even need them. You just use them to build little forts. This night marks the end of the bear and his clan. He will remember this night, the night you show no mercy. Yeah, we know. Then again, if you're suffering, maybe there's a better way. Yes, I know just the thing. The bear will regret crossing paths with me. I'll crush you beneath my feet, and then I will humiliate you before your people. Yes, humiliation, that is the key. Now come to me and see what I have in store for you.
Is this supposed to mean anything?
I don't know. But it is our duty to see if it does. Last night's attack did not go as planned. I took a gamble and lost. The fox is coming. Now I must wear a symbol of humiliation when I go out in public. It must be this way for 30 days. Oh. It'd be worse, I just wish I didn't attract so many flies. Behold, the sun sets, but my anger is a new sun, bleeding red over the temple of the fox. Tonight I'll take my flute and put the fox to sleep before my attack. He will never expect that. Ah, nothing makes me angrier than the flute. He will attack. How predictable. I've been anticipating this night. The trap is set. He should have learned his lesson. Ah, the bear looks very fashionable with his new hat. He should thank me. You have such delicious taste in hats. This night marks the end of the Baron's clan. Yep. We've read this like 3 times. Further humiliation wasn't enough to deter your futile efforts, so I must be more effective. Yes, I think I have just a thing. Let's put your determination to work, shall we? Come on.
Could this be representing the one you shouldn't have killed?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, like, it's called Bear of Vengeance, and the bear is the one trying to get revenge on the fox, so it's like, I guess the fox would be William, and the bear would be the one you shouldn't have killed, right? But yeah.
Well, the fox is talking about vengeance, though.
But the bear was at the beginning.
True, they both were.
Yeah, they both are. Could it be, yeah. It would be, I mean, the exact nuance of what's happening would depend, I guess, on like who you believe is playing the game and who you believe the one you shouldn't have killed is. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to unravel, especially because it's sort of like what is meant to be important here and what's not. Attempt to overthrow Fox failed. The failure came with a new and horrible burden, one much I could hardly bear. Yawn. It's just for the week. At least there are no linens. He has to do his laundry. Behold, the sun sets, so my anger is new sun. I snuck a dead fish in the pocket of his robe. He will be disoriented and won't expect an attack. Ah, what a delicious fish. He will attack. How predictable. I've been anticipating this night. The trap is set. He should have learned his lesson. My robes have never smelled so clean. I must ask him what his secret is. Too bad your white robes are all pink now. Yeah. Yeah, like genuinely, what is happening here? Like
no
the fox,
clue.
like technically Michael Afton is synonymous with the Foxy, right? Because remember Michael was the one wearing the Foxy mask?
True. True.
Yes, I know just a thing. That bear will regret the day he crossed paths with me. Bear won't give up. He's the gift that keeps on giving. What a delightful idea.
I mean, could this
I think
be
you just need a... Yeah.
representing like Michael and the crying child before the crying child died?
That would be crazy. But the crying child doesn't even seem like determined enough to do that. Like, look at the bears determinedly attacking again and again. The crying child just fell over and like cried.
But maybe before he started crying all the time. I don't know.
True. Like some sort of brother dynamic, right? Like before he was a crybaby. Or... The siege last night failed, and the cost of that failure is high. The fox is devious, his punishment unorthodox. I must decorate my tree once a year with strange shapes and colors.
Or it could be even Henry and William.
I was wondering that too. Is it possible it could be Henry and William? Like, would you say the bear would be Henry? Because I feel like that's what I would think. Yeah.
So I was trying to stop.
I would just have to. Right. Yeah. I would just have to be convinced that Henry tried multiple times or something. Maybe it's their business dynamic, right? Because William's like, oh, that, you know, like William's the more cunning, devious one.
Almost like, hey, go make this for me or something. Like, make this now.
Oh, right, yeah, like, oh, you Henry, you bad business partner. Now you gotta build, like, I don't know, a new springlock suit.
New springlock.
Wear red road, something about delivering gifts to children. Behold, the sun sets. So he basically has to be Santa this year. Gives me a great idea. I'll sneak down his chimney. He'll never expect it. He keeps expecting what you think he'll never expect, so you might want to say, what do I think you won't expect? And I'll do the exact opposite.
I know.
Ha! Getting logs from the fireplace. He will attack. How predictable. Also, why does the bear, if the bear wants to kill Foxy anyway, why is he just taking, like, accepting the punishments he's given?
I know. Like what?
Maybe because Foxy would kill him otherwise.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like he beats him and is like, oh, yeah, that's probably
I won't kill you if you do this.
right. Yeah. Which again, William and Henry, I could see that sort of.
Yeah.
William would be more clever than just being like, I'll kill you if you don't do this, but maybe like,
right.
Like, I don't know, I can get you fired, or like we gotta
Something.
do this for the company or something. Yeah. And like the line of if he wishes to suffer, maybe there's a better way. So like that's why he kills Charlie instead of like doing other stuff with Henry.
Right.
He's like, oh, I'll just kill your daughter now. Like, yeah. That could be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is them.
And again, I grow weary of this. I'm going on a vacation. Feed the dog. Wait, you are the dog. Feed yourself. What? But yeah, maybe. Wait, Legendet. The Mangle thing is Michael, and when he's going away, that's when he like got spring locked. And he's like, left Michael alone. The sun sets and the land returns to darkness. But today it promises a new light, for the fox has fled these lands. See, the fox is missing, like William was missing for 30 years.
Mhm.
I know, that's that.
I think it is. Low-key.
That could be. I've heard of most people say it refers to like maybe Michael because of the Foxy connection, but I see what you're saying with like the conversation thing. For although my failures were many, it seems they can now be measured as a victory. But this is not the end. I'll pursue the fox. Again, Henry was like, you know, I'll find him in whatever land he has fled to.
Yeah.
That sounds like, wait, that line sounds like Michael. Remember, he's like, now all that's left is to find you. I'm
That's
going to
true.
find you. I don't know.
So
Maybe it's like,
I don't know. It could either be
you think-
Michael and like Afton
yeah.
or
Yeah,
Henry
maybe
and
Michael and
Afton.
Afton.
But I feel like
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know. I feel like William wasn't that against his son.
I mean, yeah, it depends on how you look at it too, because Michael, like, he clearly was like, he told Michael to go to the sister location bunker, which directly resulted in Michael getting killed. And it seemed like William was perfectly fine with that. You know?
There's maybe that could be because also he did like less punishments instead of killing him every time. in this.
Right. Oh, true. Yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's my son. I'll be nice.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. Also, the jury, he may or may not have put Michael in the nightmare chambers. We don't know, because in the sister location nonsense. And we thought Michael was the one seeing the nightmares, so maybe there's always that possibility that the nightmares weren't just naturally occurring, you know, given the sister location bunkers crap we saw on that breaker mat. But the lore is cooked now. Remember when you only had to keep track of like a simple timeline of murders?
I know, right?
What are we even talking about at this point?
Anime.
Yeah, real anime bear of vengeance. It is my destiny and it is his. But for now, I will eat these noodles. Is that the end? Yep. So that was weird. I feel like we talked about it along the way, so now we can get into the endings. Ooh, interesting. First, I do want to go through Easter eggs. This can appear in the game and it's labeled in the. Yeah, wait, let me read something. It is referred in the game as the one you should not have killed. Yeah, I mentioned both things. All right, so it's not referred to it as in the files or anything. But it is a rare screen, and it can rarely occur, right? And this is taken as representative of the one you shouldn't have killed.
No clue who that is.
Yeah. It's actually, I believe it's a photo of Scott's youngest son that he edited to look like this. Yeah, so there's that can appear. We talked about the FNAF World characters earlier. Those are considered Easter eggs here. Oh yeah, if you on the custom night roster, if you set Golden Freddy to 1 and then use a death coin, which is a game mechanic on him, you'll be jump scared by Fredbear here, which further connects Golden Freddy directly to Fredbear, right? Meaning they're probably the same animatronic, or at least the same character, right? Yeah. And then the endings are the next major thing, I believe. Again, guys, we're bound to have missed stuff, so please let us know in the comments what we've missed. I read every comment we get. We are doing, after next video, I believe, because this is the last one in the Scott era, we'll do like collect all the comments we've gotten of things we've missed or forgotten to look at, and look at them all briefly and talk about them there. So do make sure to leave those helpful comments. I like every one of them. But yes. Okay, so Old Man Consequences, do you remember him?
Yeah.
So he makes a comeback. He's a character on the roster. If you set everyone else on the roster to 0 and OMC to 1, so he's effectively the only one, right? You can unlock this secret ending.
Oh.
Is this place?
Heck yeah.
Come and sit with me a while. Leave the demon to his demons. Oh, then there's everyone to read that.
There's like, nah.
Leave the demon to his demons. Rest your own soul. There is nothing else.
Oh.
And then the game crashes. So what do you think of that?
That's interesting. All right. I like that we get another like Old Man Consequence.
Yeah, so he shows up again in the same spot, that glitch layer FNAF world. What? Okay. What do we think is happening here? I want to hear your thoughts again. I feel like I haven't let you talk
like,
enough.
who's here? Who is the thing is like who's here? Because like if you're playing as Afton, who came?
I would say it's probably the red bear here is the one you shouldn't have killed. Because he said leave the demon to his demons, which the demon would be Afton. Right, he's basically saying, hey, let Afton's own soul do his own natural crap, and then you guys move on instead of all being trapped here because you're the vengeful one, you know?
Right.
But then the bear avatar drowns in the lake, which doesn't seem like a good thing. So like, doesn't seem like they moved on, really. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I was thinking like, bro said to rest, and then dude just went and drowned. Like.
Yeah. Also, this connects it to FNAF World because that's where this place first appeared. Remember how the puppet was like, I don't hate you, but you need to stay out of my way? And I said, I'll get back to what the stay out of my way thing could mean later.
Yeah.
Do we think, because if we thought FNAF World was somehow getting the crying child ready to have his happiest day or whatever, like in FNAF 3, so he can move on, do we think that's what the puppet is doing and FNAF World is sort of occurring right now, sort of? And the puppet is like, hey, I'm trying to get us all be able to move on by helping this spirit or whatever. And that's what she's trying to do, that he needs to stay out of the way of. And like she's like FNAF World is being orchestrated as UCN is going on, and she's like, you need to stay out of my way. Because like
makes sense.
I'm trying to free her. I don't know if it's possible, but since I feel like I always felt like it was a possible theory that the puppet was the one helping the crying child along in FNAF World, if that is indeed whatever is going on in that weird game. But yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Interesting stuff. But then what gets more interesting? So when you know that background noise, when you speed it up, we get this. What do you think? So some people says it sounds like someone's yelling Mike. Some people sounds like it's yelling Henry, help me. Like Mike, help me. Henry, help me. Did you hear any of that in there?
You play it again?
Yeah.
It just kind of sounds like the first one could be Henry or something, but like it sounds mostly like Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think it definitely is meant to be something because I feel like I do hear screaming, like a voice, you know? So the idea is it's like Afton, like yelling for Henry or Mike to help him. And this would be really funny because he's really like been like a villain in both of their lives, right? So to like for him to be like, help me,
He's
it's
like,
like how conceited are you? Like, what do you think? Like, do you think Michael and Henry like are probably the two people that hate you most on the planet right now, other than the Vengeful Spirit, who's technically like you know like. It always felt weird to me because it's like, why are you asking them for help? I guess it would just because that's how deluded Afton is. Like, oh, you guys, like, you know.
Yeah, he's just like he knows those two, and so he's like, I need help.
Right, yeah. They're important people in his life, whether he likes them or not, you know. And he's like, oh, and they were around when he died. Like, they were the two people orchestrating his death, basically.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like, they literally basically like teamed up to kill you. Like, you think they're gonna help you? Like, it's such a weird thing for him to do. I think it would just show Afton's utter delusion and like conceitedness and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Mike, Henry, help me. It could be. I think it would make sense. It would make sense with the theme. Isn't it? Like, because if you think of he's trapped in this purgatory realm. He's like, yeah. That the Vengeful Spirit is just by the way, the Vengeful Spirit is making all the other spirits be trapped here too, like just to torture Afton. It seemed like from the voice lines.
Yeah.
So it's like the Vengeful Spirit is not being a good guy, really. Like,
nope. Jeez.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
And then
like,
yeah. And then the next ending, you can only get this if I believe it's if you beat the game in the hardest mode. You get this as like a reward. Here it is.
I'm ready.
What do you think of that?
That was like ominous.
So, a lot of people use this to support the theory that whoever the Golden Freddy spirit is, in fact, the one you shouldn't have killed. What do you think of that?
I mean, it could be, but like, I don't know.
Because it's like, this is what you get for beating like the hardest mode in the game. Like, this is the ultimate reward of Ultimate Custom Night, and it's just Golden Freddy like tweaking out and fading into darkness.
It would make sense. Like, why else would it be there?
Yeah.
But also, like, well, then who's Golden Freddy?
Exactly, and that's what we need to determine, right? So, like, if we think Golden Freddy is the one you shouldn't have killed, if you want to know their identity, well, then who is Golden Freddy, right?
Right.
And obviously, the Crying Child is bit by Fredbear, which has like all those connections to Golden Freddy. So, like, it's possible that Crying Child in some way inhabits Golden Freddy to some extent, at least. But then there's the MCI victim that would also be in him. So it'd be like the 5th MCI kid, or, you know, the Crying Child. are kind of right now the top candidates for who's inside Golden Freddy. At this present time too, because we haven't gotten to any of the further books, any of the further games or anything. In this present moment, what would you think, I guess, about all that?
I mean, it could be Crying Child, but like, why would he be
This
the one
feels so
you
weird.
killed?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to me. Because then the player character would have to be Michael. Like if the, you know, and that doesn't make any sense to me. And if the vengeful spirit is Michael, why show the Golden Freddy at the end here like this? Like this feels like it has to be implying. Oh, also 14 theory. Remember I said earlier, the 14 on the locker is slanted, and the 14th character in the roster is Golden Freddy. That was the whole kind of crux of 14 theory. That's used nowadays to support Golden Freddy also being the one you shouldn't have killed. Yeah. Like, yeah. There's more to talk about too the deeper we get into the franchise with this. There's yeah.
It could just mean like you shouldn't have killed, as in like it wasn't planned. Like he was supposed to stay alive. Like the Crying Child, I mean.
Yeah. What? So if the one you shouldn't have killed is the Crying Child, he would have to be like, I feel like the player has to be Afton. Are we agreed on that? Like the player of this game is definitely Afton.
Yeah.
So then the Crying Child would have to be doing like oh, you inadvertently killed me. Like Michael did that, but it would, like your parental negligence or something resulted in it, or like.
But like, if the Crying Child's found out about everything you did, even like he was really mad.
And now he's like, I'm angry.
Because like he was scared that whole time. Being scared can turn into anger.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it would also be like a role reversal, right? Like he was this timid weakling in life, but now that he's dead, he's this like super powerful, like angry spirit, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting narrative thing too. Because it would also really connect FNAF 4 with everything. I was the first, I have seen everything, but though, like, again, let me go back to that line, like, who was saying that? Was it Withered Chico? Was it like Susie? Or I know you were thinking, hey, maybe the one you shouldn't have killed like commandeered it to say that.
Yeah, but that would make sense in this scenario.
But if that's the case, the Crying Child, well, depending if the Crying Child's first or not. I'm hesitant to think that it was commandeered just because the other ones had their own independent like spirits, it seemed. Like I would be afraid of cherry picking what is and isn't the one you shouldn't have killed, you know, at that point.
Right. But if the Crying Child somehow was first and was the one you shouldn't have killed, or and like that line was his, that could all line up.
Yeah. See, I do like the idea of Crying Child being in Golden Freddy. I just feel like the idea of him being the vengeful spirit is weird here, just because of I feel like Afton has to be the player. You know, I don't think it could be Michael or anything.
Right.
Yeah. But I liked the voice lines. I feel like the strongest part of this game was the voice lines. That just gives you some chilling lore.
They
like
were,
you're, like, hearing them and you're like trying to think about what they implicate and stuff, like what they indicate. Also, the Golden Freddy thing here is tweaking, like almost in like a spring locked way. Like he's doing it just like how we saw Afton when he was spring locked.
That's what I was thinking.
So, yeah. Any thoughts there?
Like father, like son.
True.
Yeah.
Some people wonder if he killed one of the kids by spring locking them, and that's why they're so vengeful, is because they had one of the most brutal deaths because they were spring locked in a suit and not just like killed, you know, faster or whatever.
Fair enough, yeah. But who?
Right, but who?
And why Golden Freddy?
And why? Why, like, just to experiment with spring locking? Like, oh, will they possess it if I spring lock them?
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to, like, put them in the suit and then just, like, pour water on it. And, or just make it malfunction, and they are just, like...
Bro, that would
Also,
suck.
a kid wouldn't fit it properly either. They'd be, like, down in it. Like, they'd be getting stabbed in different places than an adult would, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Doesn't work
Afton
very
was getting
well.
it in like the ribs and the chest and stuff in the movie. Like if you put a kid in there, they'd be getting their like eyeballs gouged out. They'd be like that is like.
Didn't quite work.
But I think the idea is possible too because like, I don't know, just the motion here. I've heard like, was it Rye Toast? I don't know if Rye Toast got it from someone else or whatever, but I know I at least heard Rye Toast talk about in the video how he mentioned the river that they drown in is red. And the way a springlock failure is described in the books is like you drown in your own blood. So like they were paralleling like, you know, quote unquote drowning in the red lake to drowning in your own blood. And then with this, it's like, and that's why they're vengeful because they died like a super brutal death. So they're like, like I'm super vengeful, you know.
I mean, fair enough, yeah. I could see
That's
that.
the idea anyway. Yeah, some different ideas there. The Sakiri logbook is the next book we have to look at. And that one has a lot to do with this in this conversation. So I'm excited for next time when we get into that. We'll have even more to talk about in relation to the one you shouldn't have killed, the Vengeful Spirit, and the happenings of Ultimate Custom Night and different things like that. So this conversation is far from over, even though we're basically done looking at Ultimate Custom Night.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think, again, please let us know if we missed anything important, like of lore relevance. Like, obviously, we didn't look at a bunch of stuff, but there is a lot of stuff that isn't strictly, you know, lore relevant. That's what we care about around here. Let us know for sure. We will definitely look at them in that video where I go over everything we missed or everything the comments helped us find in the Scott era of games. And with that, Legendet, this concludes the Scott era, like the original era of FNAF games.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like, that doesn't mean Scott left, like he still is the writer and stuff, but like from now on we get into like other developers like Steel Wool's coming up soon. So the operation gets much bigger as we go forward here. But this is like the end of the original series of games that first came out.
That's crazy. Well, good job. Good job, Scott.
Well, good job. We didn't let us know any of the lore. You did.
You did it.
It feels like you changed it every game. You changed your mind about what you wanted things to be.
Rest now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you know, like Old Man Consequences says to Scott.
Yeah.
Leave the story to the theorists. There is nothing else.
There's nothing else.
Now, secretly, the entire lore is just the box, and Scott's like, yeah, I lost the entire lore along the way. Now I just kind of make stuff. And the theorists are he just does random things, and the theorist, he's like, oh, that's a good idea for the story. When the theorist gives a theory.
Yeah, literally.
No, I'm sure he has an idea, but that would be funny. That would be actually a hilarious way to do like a story like this. Is just you throw random crap and just whatever people make up, you're like,
yeah,
good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah, could be.
We'll
I didn't even think of
way.
that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so Legendet, thoughts on this game overall, now that we've kind of analyzed most of it?
Well, yeah, I definitely think that we're playing as Afton, and I think it's like after he died, you know, that's where he's gonna stay.
Yeah.
Because they
Do you
wanted
think
to
the Vengeful... Yeah. Do you think the one you shouldn't have killed did end up moving on at any point, releasing the souls, or like just from this, or would you suspect that we're just meant to think that, oh, we have no idea how long they stayed locked in this like purgatory?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, it could be when he drowned in the lake that it all just ended, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, to mention that for a second, drowning in the lake, like, do you think that's him giving, like, listening to Old Man Consequences and putting his soul to rest, and he's drowning, like he's like getting out of there? But what makes me think maybe not is drowning is such like a violent thing. Like you're really like drowning, like, it feels like that's you making the wrong choice, does it not?
yeah, maybe he just was like, no, I'm not resting, he's gonna stay there.
Yeah. Because if he just faded, like if the bear avatar just faded and the minigame ended, I'd be like, oh, he did move on. And like Happiest Day happened or whatever. Because remember, wait, I forgot to talk about this. Remember in the last kid in Happiest Day was given the golden Freddy mask, the one that all the others had to gather for and put the cake on the table. That kid was given the golden Freddy mask. So that's the final kid that moved on. Which could be further, you know, the one you should have killed Evan. So do you think... I guess basically, like, if he just faded, I'd be like, oh yeah, that happened. Then Happiest Day happened. They moved on. You know, their spirits were released and stuff. But drowning is just such a viscerally violent thing. It makes me feel like it wasn't a good ending. Like, you know. What do you think of the drowning thing? What is it?
Maybe the lake's just like a portal or something. I don't know. Like just like okay, the end.
Well, in
Get
FNAF
out.
Worlds, remember, it led to that weird image called Happiest Day with the person with their arms around two other people.
Yeah, so maybe
You know?
that is that. It's just like it
So maybe it
brings
just
you to
did
the
the...
end.
Yeah, because in FNAF World, it was called Happiest Day, that segment, right? I'm pretty sure. So maybe...
I think so.
So maybe his happiest day happened after that or something?
Yeah.
Could be. In which case, would the Golden Freddy kid in Happiest Day, would they give him the mask and stuff? Would that be the crying child or the one you shouldn't have killed? Or are they the same person? Like, I don't know.
Any of the above. I don't know.
Wait, they can't be the same because there's still 5 MCI victims. We talked about that before. So no matter what, there's either 2 kids in Golden Freddy or just the MCI one, right? Like, I feel like that's how it goes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Dude, I love weird lore when it's like, what is even happening? Like, I love discussing like the possibilities. It's one of those things where you're like, you don't really want answers because you like the arguments too much. Like, you like the debates.
Right. You like it being a mystery, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know if given the opportunity to know all the lore for sure, I'd probably be like, I don't want to.
I feel like I would though.
Yeah.
Personally.
It depends. Like, I really like the debates, the arguments, and the ambiguity. So if FNAF are like let's say when the Steel Wool arc of things, like the security breach era ends, and they want to do another arc, like a third arc, and it's going to be a mostly new mystery, right? I would be okay with getting solid answers for this era of mystery, and then we have another, like another 10 years, right? Yeah, of a new mysterious stuff. That would be okay with me. But if it's going to end soon, like if FNAF, I think FNAF makes too much money to end soon. I feel like it's going to keep going for a while.
Honestly, yeah.
But if it does end soon, I don't think I'd want answers. I think I'd just like it to eternally be like this.
Yeah,
but if it were to have another arc, I would be okay with it.
If they put it out, I would probably want to know, because I mean, if other people are going to know too, like I'd also want to know.
Yeah.
But like,
oh, true, right? Like if they make a public thing, it's just like, well, what am I gonna do? Not like everyone's gonna know now, so I'm just gonna. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be like, oh, I hope they put it out.
Yeah. That's a good take. Anyway, guys, that'll probably do it. Legendet. Yeah, things are getting crazy now. There's so much information to sort through.
Sure.
So much to talk about.
Good.
Next week, hopefully, we try to do this weekly, so hopefully we'll be back. I believe what should be doing is security logbook, the comments review, and then maybe depending on how that goes, I don't know how long the security logbook will take. If we go through that quickly, the comments won't take long either, because they're little things that we missed along the way. Then we might also do the interview with Scott that Daco did. We might also react to that, because that's only like 40 minutes, so yeah, depending on how long things take, we could do all 3 of those, maybe 2, maybe just the logbook if that takes forever. I don't know. Yeah. Keep loving lore, keep drinking tea. We'll see you next time, guys.